Hey guys, it's Monica at Academic Phoenix Plus, and welcome to another lighting tutorial. This time it's going to be about studio lighting, but for a vehicle. In a previous tutorial, one of the most popular videos, which has over 46,000 views, it was about the studio lighting setup for using Maya. We're going to do something very similar, but before this video, there was it's a tutorial on how to use Mental Ray's car shader, and then I created a second tutorial for the studio lighting. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I am going to be showing you how to use the car shader used in Arnold this time for Maya 2019 and probably higher. And also how to create a studio lighting so that you get something really nice to look at and it renders really nicely. So let's go ahead and get started. So instead of using this oldie car, I have an old model that I made years ago called an Audi TT. It's one of the old school models, but it still works, and it's made out of all NURBS, which was extremely challenging for me. But as you can see, it looks like a car. Now, if I try to render it right now, it's completely black. So let's go ahead and create our basic lighting, which is going to be Arnold Lights Physical Sky. And then I'm also going to go in and increase my intensity, because I know the sky dome has a tendency to be a little bit dark. And then I'm going to go ahead and render. And this is the Audi TT. So the first thing I'm going to do is shade this. And then in the second tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do a studio lighting. Since we have now something to reflect, let's grab the glass. So I'm going to grab the glass, and so assign a new material. Let's grab an Arnold standard surface, and there is a preset called glass. So we can go ahead and use a preset. Now there are some really basic chairs in here. Don't look too carefully, but if I go ahead and render it out, I now have glass. Now the question is, what type of IOR do I want in this glass? Do I want it to be this reflective? Do I want it to be a little bit rougher? It's really up to me. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce my specularity just a little bit. I'm going to increase my roughness just so it's not so clear. And then I'm also going to decrease my IOR because I feel it's a little strong. Now it's up to you how far you guys want to go, but I would like to see a little bit of that interior without too much warping. So we're getting something looking like this. This is also using transmission, and transmission is at 1. So what I'm going to do is just kind of darken it a little bit so it gives it like a little bit of a tint. I want to go for a little gray. So that's going to give it like a little bit of a tint, so you don't have to see completely through it. And let me drop this a little bit more. Let's see what 1.1 looks like. All right, so far so good. Let me look into the front. You can see through the front, which is fine. And I think that's okay for now. Moving forward, let's label things. So this is going to be my glass, or my windshield. All right, now that we have the glass complete, let's go ahead and take a look at areas that might need chrome. So let's see, it looks like something here, and then we'll select all the other ones as well. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go to the side view and make a selection here like so. So it's going to select everything in the inside. I probably don't need to grab that center one here or this circle here, because I probably wanted it to be just as dark. Just really slowing down. Shift select that. There we go. Better. And select this. Then I'm going to go to the other side and make sure everything's selected too, which looks like everything is. And let's go double check. Cool. And then right click, assign new material. This one is going to be another AI standard. Let's go to presets, and we're going to choose chrome, replace, and let's take a look. All right, so now we have chrome in our tires, which looks very cool, but it's a little too shiny for me. So I'm looking at my chrome, and I'm going to go ahead and increase the roughness. So it's still going to look chromey, but it's not going to look as brilliant, which is kind of like what I prefer. You guys can do whatever you like, but that's my preference. So let's make sure we label everything. So this is going to be my chrome, and I can keep going from there. Let's save before something terrible happens. All right, moving on. Let's go ahead and assign a new material, and I'm grabbing my tires. Let's grab the AI standard, and just like we did before, let's go into the presets, and this time we are going to use rubber. And as you can see, the rubber is working just great. Maybe make it a little bit darker just because I'm not too fond of gray tires, and this looks like a pretty good color. And as you can see, it already has roughness, so it makes it look like rubber. So it's up to you if you want to make it a little rougher, but I'm kind of happy with the results so far. Okay, cool. We're doing like the basic stuff right now. So now let's get into the car paint. Really depends what type of color you want, of course, but let's select the pieces that you want to assign the car paint to. So unfortunately the outliner is not laid out, so it would be an easy selection, but that's okay. It's not a problem for me to just select the pieces that I need. Oops, I gotta double check this to make sure everything's working. And let me get closer, grab that handle. Don't forget these guys. Grab this too. Oh boy, it likes to select whatever it wants. All right, let's see what that looks like. Assign new material, AI Arnold standard. Actually, we're not doing a standard. We're using aiCarPaint. And the default is red, as you can see by the base. You have the specularity. And we also have a new node called flakes, and it also has code. So you should be able to recognize some of these cool effects. Well, let's see what this looks like. All right, so it's looking really nice, but there's some areas that are missing color. So it's up to me if I want to go in and change this to red as well, or if I want to, I can change it to like a different one, like material, like let's say rubber. But in my case, I want everything to be kind of red. I select all these little pieces that are missing. Assign existing material, aiCarPaint. Let's get a little closer. You can see that there's a little intersection here with the right there, and I'm gonna go in here and just kind of select my pieces. G, which is the last command that I did for this, was assign the shader. Let me get the last details here. Let's see how that looks like so far. Oops, there's a couple more here. All right, great. So here we have my red car paint. So just to look at reference, because it's always important, this little car used to be like my dream car way back in the day. So I modeled it and I spent quality time with it, modeling it. And as you can see, there is like a dark border around the edges here. So here's an example of another one where this is actually dark, and of course this is chrome, and this area is dark too. So I like to look at photography, which you guys should kind of get into the habit of, and just kind of see what type of styles and colors they are, so that you can kind of mimic it. So this is dark gray, and then this area is dark, and then this is silver. So that's kind of makes it what makes it so appealing. So let's make sure that we mimic something similar. So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna grab this guy right here, and I already have like a rubber. So I might as well just go ahead and use that. Now, I didn't think I labeled it, so I think it's the AI standard 3, so shame on me. Let's label this so we know what we're doing. And let's delete this, and I'm going to call this rubber. And other things that were rubber were these guys as well, so I might as well just grab, even though they look pretty red, I want to make sure I kind of capture those details. And of course, I'm going to select the existing material. Grab the rubber here, and I'm going to do the same thing for these guys. I'm going to click G, and there's also this back window, and unfortunately I can't change that one because it'll change the whole top. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I just want to make sure everything's good on this side because there's this gray area. Yep, everything's fine. It's just reading it weird. This one piece, but no, it's just giving me a weird preview. Okay, so now that I have this, let's go ahead and select all of this. Deselect anything I don't need. Definitely not the rings. Deselect anything that I accidentally selected. All right. Select anything that I accidentally... All right, and now deselect these guys here. Select anything that might be missing. And let's assign the rubber material again. And then we're going to grab these guys and assign the chrome. All right. I'm going to go ahead and assign the glass, though we might want to change it, but let's go ahead and add the glass or the windshield material. Let's see what that looks like. And let me go back to my reference. And this area is dark too. Cool. So I'm going to grab this, and again, it's going to be rubber. The inside as the beveled edge, that's actually silver in this case, so I'm going to keep it like that as well. Okay, let's see what that looks like. I can already feel the wind in my ears. It's already looking nicer. Not a fan of this. I don't think I modeled anything inside of it. Okay, just stop this because it's suffering. So complete emptiness inside, so I'm going to have to just leave it like that for now and maybe come up with a different type of glass material. Oh, did I forget a couple pieces? Yes. All right, so all of this is silver as well. I'm going to stop this because my computer is working hard, a little too hard. So let's add CarPaint to that. And there's also these tiny edges here that need CarPaint. So I'm going to grab this guy, CarPaint, press play, and there we go. My Audi is coming together. All right, so I think we just did about everything. There is, or like a mirror, we can always create a new shader and just put glass, but I'm just going to go ahead and use chrome. I don't want it to be too distracting. And now we have the back, and pretty sure the back, again, it's always good to look at it. It's all one color. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to assign an existing material, and it's going to be the CarPaint. I think I had something else selected, hopefully nothing important. Just like we did before, grab this, and this is also going to be the windshield material for now until we figure out what we want to do with it. So let's grab the windshield. All right, it's a big hollow spot, so that doesn't look good, but we'll figure out something to do with it later. All right, great. So our car is coming along, and if I render it out, it's looking very nice. I have always wanted to have a silver car, so I'm going to go in and change my colors. So let's go to the attributes of one of the pieces. Let's go to aiCarPaint, and I am going to use maybe a light silver. Okay, now that I messed around with that, we also have what's called specular color, and that's really what makes the magic happen. So let's go back to the red just because it's a little bit more obvious. When we talk about specular color, we really need to look at is that a highlight. As where is the sun? There it is. So can you guys see that little highlight right there? That's from the physical sky, and it's emitting a type of specularity. So I'm going to kind of grab this and just kind of make a selection because it's trying to render everything, and I just need to render this section. So with this, we can change, you can see that we can change the color. So if I go in and try to change this into blue, this is the way you can make it look really interesting and metallic in some sort of different way. So it's really up to you if you wanted to put a little bit of color into that highlight. And as I scroll down, there is a IOR and a roughness, but I really want is the flakes. The flakes are the one that's going to make it look like it's a little bit of a CarPaint. So CarPaint has a little bit of these little speckles. And you really can't see it right now, but what I want to do is increase my density, and it's going to create this like almost like sparkle. So now I've put the sparkles are too intense, but I have a lot of them, so that's awesome. And actually, let me just take this off just to show you. So what it does is that it creates this really interesting underlayer of CarPaint. Now, we don't want the CarPaint color to be white. We probably want it to match the color of our car just a little bit, so it doesn't really stand out too much. As you can see, now we're starting to get that really nice CarPaint effect. So immediately, just by adding those flakes, it's really, really helpful. Let me just render it for a second. We can't change things like roughness, for example. So if you want it to be a little bit rougher, it does have scale. So if you wanted large, whoops, this is too large. But if you wanted like large flakes, you could add a lot of gigantic flakes into your scene. It looks a little too much, of course. So let me just do like one. So you can see there's one flake, which is kind of dramatic. So we want to put 0.1. So now you get these really interesting patterns. And of course, this was at 0.001. So you can see that these flakes are actually tiny, 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 tiny. You might want to reduce this as well. So 0.05 might be a good number. Or it's up to you. You can even have more flakes. So if you want to, you can increase it by, let's say, 1. So I'm going to turn my car around and see what that looks like. So anytime there's a highlight, you'll notice that the flakes kind of disappear. But where there is a highlight information from your lighting, it pops up over here. And that gives it a much more realistic look. So what I'm going to do is increase my density some more just to see the effect. You'll also notice that it has something called a coat. That's the extra layer of color that you can add onto your piece. So for example, you can see that it's pretty shiny and very reflective. So if I go in here and change this to, let's say, a blue, you'll notice that it just got covered by a blue and it's kind of changed everything. The coat is now covering this. So if you wanted to emphasize your red a little bit more, you could. Now you can see how saturated it is. Or you can just kind of add a calmer color to your coat. So it just kind of overlays another coat on top of it. It's just another layer of the realism for this car paint. All right, so that was a crash course into the car paint. There's definitely a lot more attributes. We've gone over some of them, but I definitely recommend that you kind of have some fun with this shader. I didn't go through everything. Kind of just wanted to bring up the car paint speckles just to kind of give it an idea, make it look like it's a shiny car, and also try to make it look brand new. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions. The next tutorial is going to be about studio lighting and how to make this look beautiful and professional. So thank you again. Enjoy creating your car paint and shaders using the powerful Arnold shaders, and don't forget to take a look at academicphoenixplus.com, where you will find free models, tutorials, and of course ebooks. And please like, share if you find this helpful, and if you feel somebody else could learn something from this. I would be really, really grateful. And of course, please like and share, and also subscribe to my channel. That always encourages me to make more. So thank you everybody for listening, and I will see you next time.